Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. This is Tosif, and this is my channel. It's a community, actually, of freedom loving people. And on this channel, we discuss social and political issues, both domestic and international. I welcome you all. Please participate in the conversation by writing your comments, by writing your questions, by writing your thoughts in the live chat window. Your participation is extremely important to make sure that we move forward by listening to various viewpoints. So it's important that you share your thoughts in the live chat window. And if you're here for the first time, please introduce yourself. Give us your name, your first name, or any name that you want to go by, any name that we can use to address you. And just let us know where you're from, city, state. If you're from outside the United States, let us know what country you're tuning in from. My friends, we witnessed, we the American people, and I see my friends are also here. Frank is here, Kay is here. Good to see you both. And hopefully more of our friends will be tuning in. We all witnessed a truly remarkable event. And it was just earlier today. What did we witness? You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a historic parade, a military parade that took place on June 14th, a historic event the whole world watched. And we saw the celebration of the 250th anniversary of the United States Army, the U.S. Army. We love our Army. We respect our military service members. And we want our Army to be strong, the strongest in the world at all times. Kay Cooper is writing patriotic beauty. Absolutely. It was such a huge patriotic event. It was the people's parade. You know, that's what I call the parade. It was the people's parade. The military is for all of America. We, the American people, it is our military. We are Americans, and it was a parade of our army, the U.S. Army, the Army of the United States of America, the greatest country in the world. It's our army. It was the army parade, meaning it was the people's parade. We, the freedom-loving people, we watched the parade. A lot of people watched in person. They were on site at the location. They watched the parade. There were lots of spectators. You saw that on TV. And yes, a lot of people saw on TV. And my heart was full of joy. My heart was full of patriotism. I was so happy seeing the parade, seeing the soldiers in uniform and the military vehicles and the aircrafts. It was a truly remarkable, truly historic event. This is something that people will be talking about for not just for days, weeks, and months, but for years to come. Dee Dee is here. Hello, hello, Dee Dee. So good to see you. Dee Dee is our friend from California. Frank is our friend from Florida. Kay Cooper is our friend from Texas. Good to see you all here. Hopefully, more of our friends will be tuning in. I know it's Saturday night, um, so people may have other plans. Maybe a lot of our friends saw the parade and then they are having a great time with family and friends. Who knows? But I'm hoping that more of our friends will be tuning in as we move forward. If not, that's okay. They can watch the replay or they can tune in for the next live stream. My friends, we are proud of our military. The entire world watched the power of the American army. The parade, the display of the military vehicles and the planes and aircrafts. It was a remarkable event, and I think most of the observers and experts, a lot of people observe, they see what's going on, they pay attention, they observe, and then they talk about it. But then there are the experts who actually know a lot more than the average person. So I was watching and feeling proud, but I'm not a military expert. I know there are military experts who watched it and they were very excited. A lot of military experts on TV, they shared their thoughts. We're going to read more about it in the newspapers and on blogs and on social media. Mark is here. Hello, Mark. Thank you for being here. So I think that most of the observers and experts would agree that this parade, what we saw, what we witnessed, this parade will encourage more and more people to join the army. You know what that means, right? That means awesome recruitment, excellent recruitment. The recruitment numbers will increase, my friends. Do you agree with me when I say that? Recruitment is already pretty good since Donald J. Trump won the election. Okay, I think there's renewed enthusiasm about joining the military, joining the Army, joining the Navy, Marines, Air Force. There's renewed enthusiasm about joining the military and serving in the military, serving the people of this country, defending our country. There's renewed energy. And this parade, let me tell you, this parade will make the recruitment numbers even better. You could see in the crowd of spectators that there were a lot of young people. Did you see that? If you watched on TV, did you see that? Did you see a lot of young people? They were there watching the parade with a lot of joy, with a lot of energy. They were paying attention. They could, when you saw their faces, you could tell that there's energy in the air. Edwin is here. Hello, Edwin. Thanks for being here. So, a lot of young people who watched the parade, whether on TV, whether in person, I'm sure that this parade will generate in these young people the desire to serve the country by joining the military. And the whole world saw this. It was our military parade. It was the U.S. Army parade. Our President Donald Trump was there. Our Secretary of Defense was there. Our First Lady was there. There were a lot of other people, high-ranking government officials, military officials, a lot of guests, they were there. It was on US soil, obviously. But you know what? The whole world watched this. Not just Americans, people all over the world. Whether you're talking about leaders of foreign countries, government officials of foreign countries, diplomats of foreign countries, the general public of foreign countries, the global media, everyone watched this parade. It sent a very, very strong message to everyone in America and to people around the world. And the message is the United States is back and we are stronger than ever before. And I hope you agree with me when I say this. What a parade it was. For those who did not watch it, please watch the replay. I'm sure that a lot of people who watched the parade, they will also watch the replay because there are certain parts that you feel like watching over and over again. Everything from start to finish, it was so amazing. So amazing. The world saw the power of the US Army. The world probably has a better sense now after watching the parade how strong the US Army is, how powerful we are. And things are only going to get better. Things are going to get better. Recruitment is going to improve. We're going to have a lot of young people join the army, get ready to serve the country. More recruitment means we're going to be stronger than ever before. And of course, every day there's technological innovation development. The army is not just about how many people are serving, how many men and women. It's not just that. It's about the latest technology. It's about making sure that we have the best aircrafts and we have the best land vehicles. We have the best, everything, equipment, gear, everything. So the world saw the power of the US Army. I was reading some reports. I think there were 6,000 soldiers. That's what I read, approximately 6,000 soldiers. Correct me if I'm wrong. Um, Many army vehicles, I think, 150, more than 150, right? That's what I think it was. There was a there was there were aircrafts and there was a parachute jump. Truly amazing. You got to watch it again, even if you've watched it once. It was so great. If you haven't watched the parade, just watch the replay. Now, this is something really positive for the younger generation. We we often talk about how a lot of kids are busy with devices. They're playing video games and they are not doing physical activity enough. We want children, young people, to be out there participating in sports, doing physical activity, whether you're playing soccer or baseball or basketball or whatever. Just stay physically active, get involved in sports and get away from the computer screens, get away from the devices, the smartphones. I mean, I know a lot of adults are also spending a lot of time in front of screens on their phones. Even in restaurants, they go, we see this, right? People at restaurants, they ordered food, the food is in front of them on the table, and they're just scrolling on their phone. You know, Children do it, adults do it. It's bad, but it's a bad habit um, that a lot of people have in this day and age, and I'm also guilty because I also spend a lot of time because I'm so active on social media, and obviously I do live stream. So um, I'm not playing video games on my phone, but I'm watching the news a lot, news updates. I'm just scrolling and scrolling, clicking on different news articles, reading about what's going on. Anyway, my main point is talking about the younger generation. We want the younger generation to be physically healthy, mentally healthy. We want good mental and physical health. And that means they need to be more active. They need to eat healthy. They need to exercise. And, you know, that is what is going to make a stronger future generation. And so this parade is going to have a very positive impact for the younger generation. Okay. I think more young people are going to be um, going to be drawn towards physical activity and, staying healthy and making sure that they are fit to join the military in the future. So it's going to be it's this parade is going to have a very long lasting impact, and we have to have a solid pipeline so that as people retire from the military, we have new recruits, and that's how our army will stay strong going into the future, stronger than ever before. And the army has to be strong at all times. There cannot be any weakness. We cannot afford any weakness. And so I hope that people realize the true value of this parade. I hope people realize that, and how much this parade will help recruit people, um, more people for having a strong military. Now, there were many criticisms about the parade, and I'm sure you've heard about these criticisms. People on the left, there are people who will criticize anything that Donald Trump does. Okay. I mean, if criticisms are fair, that's okay. But if they are criticizing the Trump administration and Donald Trump just for the sake of criticizing, that is bad. That is not okay. I mean, if the left-wing politicians out there, if their dislike for Donald Trump is so strong that they oppose anything that Trump does, that's not productive. That is not productive. Any political figure, any elected official is not going to be perfect. No one is perfect. No one in this world is perfect, elected official or not. Okay, so if you want to criticize somebody in order to help that person improve, if you want to criticize somebody for the sake of, you know, improvement in the future, if you want to criticize somebody to help that person get better, be better, that's one thing. That's productive. But if you dislike someone so much that no matter what that individual does, you just keep criticizing, you just keep criticizing, that doesn't help. That helps no one. It doesn't help the person who is being criticized. It doesn't help the person who is criticizing. It doesn't help the society in general. So there were many criticisms about this parade and President Trump's decision to have this parade. People talked about the cost, like, oh, it's going to cost millions and millions of dollars. A lot of people said, oh, this is about Donald Trump's birthday. No, it is not about Donald Trump's birthday. Yes, Donald Trump's birthday is great. We want to wish Donald Trump a very happy birthday. He's a great president, one of the greatest ever. So on his birthday, we, the freedom loving Americans, we want to wish him well. We want to wish him good health and success. We wish that God gives Donald Trump the strength to be successful now and in the future so that he can govern successfully. But this parade was not about President Trump's birthday. It was not. It was about the Army's 250th anniversary. This parade was about having a major patriotic celebration. This parade was about showing the world how amazing, how powerful the US Army truly is. It's a massive force of brave men and women. These are service members who are protecting our country, they're fighting our adversaries, they are they are addressing a wide variety of challenges that appear before us. The service members in the US Army, they protect us. They defend our country. They serve our country. They deserve our respect. They deserve our good wishes and our prayers. And they make sure that our enemies, that our adversaries know how strong we are. My friends, if you are tuning in, I would strongly encourage you to like this video. Please like this video. If you don't want to like this video, that's okay. If you think, oh, I don't like what he's saying, then don't like this video. But if you want to support this channel, if you think that you enjoy being part of this conversation, if you want to encourage such live streams, please like this video. All right. People have asked me before, Tosif, how can we support your channel? You can support this channel by liking this video, by sharing this video, by sharing other videos if you want, and by subscribing if you have not done so already. So, my friends, I am proud that we had this parade. I know it cost us millions and millions of dollars, but I believe it's truly worth it. I think the benefits of having this parade, the benefits are far greater than the cost. The benefits are going to be long lasting, not just a one time benefit. The benefit will be long lasting. And the benefits are greater than the cost of this parade. This parade will remain in people's memory for many, 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 many years to come. And it's truly wonderful. My friends, what an amazing parade. Now, I want to talk about a different topic. So let's move forward. There's something else I need to talk about. Let's talk about the riots in Los Angeles. The riots. There are riots in Los Angeles. It's been days. It's still a very, very serious situation. Just a few hours ago, prior to the start of the curfew in downtown LA, there was a lot of unrest. I don't know what is going on right now because I'm not watching live TV, because I'm doing this live stream. So I don't know what's going on. Is the situation getting out of control? As of this moment, if you have your television in front of you, if you're watching this live stream, but you're also watching TV, or you have a TV in front of you, please turn on your TV and tell me what you see. My TV is not in this room. My TV is in the other room. So I'm not in front of TV, but if you're watching TV, if you're watching news updates, tell me what is going on in Los Angeles, because just a few hours ago I saw that situation on the ground was getting very, very heated. There was a lot of tension. There were lots and lots and lots of protesters. And there were troublemakers too, not just peaceful protesters. There were people who were throwing things at the officers. And the unrest may continue throughout the night. And it's not just in Los Angeles. There's 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 disturbing news because the riots are spreading. I'm not talking about peaceful protest. Peaceful protest is fine. No matter what your political beliefs are, no matter who you support Democrats, you support Republicans, you are an independent, or whether you sometimes support Republican candidates and at other times you support Democrat candidates. Maybe you are an independent libertarian. I don't know. I don't know what issues are important to you. I don't know what your priorities are. I don't know what policy actions you're unhappy about. But if you want to protest, if you want to go outside and you want to protest, if you want to let people know your message, your viewpoints, if there's a certain bill that has been introduced, or if there's a certain policy that is being implemented, or if there's something going on, some action being taken by government, and you are not happy about it, and you want to voice your concerns, you want to go out there and protest, there's a peaceful way to do it. You can peacefully protest. It is not against the law. You can peacefully protest, but if a protester causes property damage, if one protester physically harms somebody else or some law enforcement officer, if a protester is creating graffiti, if a protester is hurling rocks and stones at other people, that is not acceptable. That is not okay. That can never be tolerated. If you want to protest, you have to do it peacefully. But we have seen that in Los Angeles, protests have turned into riots. And even today, tonight, it has been days since the start of the Los Angeles protests. Even today, after all these days, the temperature is high. By temperature, I don't mean like the temperature of the air. I don't mean like the 78 degrees Fahrenheit or something. No, that's not what I mean. I mean the political temperature, the tension, the worry. People are worried. People in Los Angeles are worried. There are law-abiding, freedom-loving, peace-loving people in Los Angeles, and they want to have a smooth life. They want safe communities, but because of these protests, which turned into riots, people are worried. Hardworking Americans living in Los Angeles are worried. They don't know if they can safely get to work. They don't know if the riots will spread into more and more neighborhoods. They don't know if their cars will be damaged. People are worried. They are genuinely worried. Peaceful protest is okay, but riots are not okay. And what I saw prior to the start of this live stream, as I was watching the news this evening, I saw objects being thrown. I saw unrest. I saw graffiti, all caught on camera, on TV. It's on the internet. And this is spreading. This is going beyond Los Angeles. There was a serious situation in Portland. Do you know what I'm talking about? Portland, Oregon. Who has heard? Who has heard about what happened in Portland, Oregon? Anyone? Anyone tell me. Have you heard? Do you know what I'm talking about? I'm going to share the information, but I want to find out how many of you already know about it. Share with me, my friends, in the live chat window. I'm talking about Portland, Oregon. Okay, let me tell you what happened. Reportedly, in Portland, Oregon, rioters breached an ICE facility. By ICE, I mean Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE. Rioters, they breached an ICE facility. They forcibly entered an ICE facility in Portland, and in the process, federal law enforcement officers were injured. Reportedly, 4 officers were injured during this serious breach. So this violence is spreading, and addressing such problems, addressing such unrest requires strong action. I was shocked as an American who believes in law and order, as an American who believes in peace, as an American who supports the law enforcement officers, as an American who supports ICE, as an American who supports the enforcement of our nation's immigration laws, as an American who supports the deportation of criminal aliens, as an American who wants to see communities safe, as an American, I was shocked when I heard about the breach of the ICE facility in Portland. I was shocked. I said to myself, how can this be possible? How did the situation get to this point? The riots are becoming more intense. The rioters are becoming more violent. This is not okay. The breach of an ICE facility is not okay. It is unacceptable. Something has to be done to address this. The rioters are trying to intimidate law enforcement. The rioters are trying to intimidate ICE. I can tell you one thing, my friends. I can tell you one thing. The ICE agents and all the federal law enforcement officers, they are not going to be scared. They are trained to handle very, very tough situations. They are trained and they are ready to handle challenges. They are ready to handle serious issues. My friends, I'll tell you one thing. All this anti-Trump rhetoric coming from the left-wing politicians, all the anti-Trump rhetoric, the anti-Trump rhetoric is fueling all these riots. The anti-Trump rhetoric is fueling all these riots. All the anti-ICE rhetoric fueling the riots. My friends, the left-wing politicians are determined to prevent unity. President Trump and the Republicans, they are trying to bring people together. They are trying to unite everyone in this country. They are trying to unite people to build a stronger America. Unity is strength, and the Republicans understand that. The Republicans want to promote unity. Unity among all Americans, regardless of race, regardless of religion, regardless of color of the skin. All Americans must be united. But the left-wing politicians are trying to prevent unity. They're trying to create more division in society. More division in society. That's what the left-wing activists and the politicians are trying to do. But the Republicans and Donald Trump, they're trying to bring people together and unite them. My friends, it is time for decision. It is time to decide what actions should be taken now to ensure a strong future for our country. My friends, give me 1 second. I'm going to look at a screen here. Those who have not subscribed yet, please do so. Please do so. Subscribe to this channel, my friends. So it is time for action. It is time for decision. I think the people on the left should look at the long-term picture. The people on the left, they are motivated by their dislike for Trump. And that's why they engage in all this anti-Trump rhetoric. But you know what? This is a message for the Democrats, for the left-wing politicians. Prioritize the United States. Prioritize our country. This country belongs to all of us. Whether you're a Democrat, whether you're a Republican, whether you are an independent, doesn't matter. This country belongs to you. This country belongs to me. This is our country. Democrats, Republicans, independents, maybe you don't care about politics. That's okay. This country belongs to all of us. This country belongs to all citizens of the United States. Naturalized citizens, natural-born citizens. I'm not a natural-born U.S. citizen. I'm a naturalized U.S. citizen. This country belongs to me. This country belongs to you. So to the Democrats, I will say, please keep your politics aside. Focus on unity. Focus on bringing people together. Focus on finding common ground so that Democrats and Republicans and independents, we all can come together and create a better future for ourselves and for the future generations. No matter what the color of the skin, no matter what the religion, no matter what the race, it is time for people to come together. Doesn't matter what your political affiliation is, unite. All Americans must unite to strengthen our country and to send a message to our adversaries that America is stronger than ever before, and we will continue to be stronger and stronger and stronger every day. My friends, do you agree with my message? It is time for action. It is time for unity. Do you agree with what I said? If you do, please let me know. Just write agree. Or you can write disagree. It's up to you. Dan Decker is saying agreed. Kay Cooper is saying yes, Tossif. JR is saying agree. Thank you, my friends. It is time for action. It is time for decision. Everyone must come together to build a stronger, safer, and more prosperous America. Thank you, my friends. Thank you so very much. This is my second live stream today. Uh, Thank you. I appreciate all of your support. I do. By the way, I'm going to share with you one thing, which I don't think I've done in a while. I'm going to share with you my website address, tossifanam.net. Tossifanam.net. That is my website. Please check it out. Sign up for my e-newsletter. I would appreciate that very, very much. tossifanam.net. Auditron is here. Auditron, good to see you. Auditron doesn't agree with me a whole lot, but Auditron is here. Auditron is here to support this channel. Thank you so very much. Check out my website, my friends. All right, so it is time for unity. It is time to think about the bigger picture. It is time to think about the future of our country. It is time to think about the future generations. Thank you so very much. My friends, I'm going to wrap up this live stream now. I'm going to wrap up this live stream, but I'm going to be back with more videos and more live streams. So I hope you stay connected. Subscribe, like this video, share this video. I appreciate that so very much, my friends. So it was a great parade. Great parade. And sadly, there are ongoing riots. The problems must be addressed. We cannot allow riots to continue on US soil. Law and order has to be restored. And people must come together. The Democrats must end their negative political rhetoric. The Democrats must end all the bitterness. And the Democrats should come together and, together with the Republicans and freedom-loving, law-abiding people in general, let's build a stronger America. Let's build a stronger America. Thank you so very much, my friends. Thank you so very much. My friends, before we end this live stream, please write something in the live chat. Please write something in the live chat. Write America. Write America. Please write it. Or you can write I love America. AC Cruz is here. AC, so good to see you. Thank you, Kay. Thank you for your appreciation. James is saying, love the USA. Absolutely, James. Absolutely. Thank you, James. Love the USA. All right. My friends, Armani is writing, make America great again. That is awesome. That is awesome. Nice message from Armani saying, make America great again. Kay Cooper is writing, God bless America. Thank you, Kay. Thank you so very much. I have not ended the live stream yet. It's still on. By the way, if you're here for the first time, will you please let me know in the live chat where you are from? I see a lot of new names here. So those who are new here, those who are here for the first time, write the name of the country that you're from if you're not from the US. And if you are from the US, just write the name of the state that you're from. I want to get to know people. Edwin is saying, stay strong, America. A viewer is saying, you're not from the US. I am in Madison, Wisconsin. I am in Madison, Wisconsin, which is in the United States of America, if you didn't know that. Madison, Wisconsin. So we got Indiana, we got Houston, Texas. Awesome. Houston, Texas, and Indiana. Our friend AC Cruz is from Arizona, which I know. Kay Cooper is from Texas. Frank is from Florida. We know all that. All right. Thank you all. Auditron is in San Diego. By the way, San Diego is beautiful. Auditron lives in a nice place, San Diego. But California has so many challenges. We know that, right? California has cost of living problems and high tax and all that. I mean, it's a long list. Edwin is from Missouri. Pinkney is from South Carolina. Awesome. All right. My friends, I'm going to end this live stream now. Thank you so very much. It's good to see new people. Hopefully, you will stay connected. Hopefully, you'll be tuning in for more live streams. On this channel, we discuss social and political issues, both domestic and international. Thank you, my friends. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. And I'm going to be back again with more live streams. Thank you. Have a wonderful night, my friends. And remember, together, we will make America great again. Thank you.